Hello everyone, welcome to the Horror Show. This is the real Horror Show, and let's play some Darkest Dungeon. When we left off, we just picked up our two new buddies here, Bird Person and the Cleric. I know that's not what they're actually called, but that's what I end up referring to them as, just out of habit. Alright, and I believe we are ready to embark on our first dungeon. Our first actual dungeon. Okay, so we don't have much of a choice. Looks like we're headed to the ruins. And it is going to end up being a scout mission, and you can tell here that it's short and it's a level 1 mission. So the only goal that we're going to have is to explore 90% of the rooms. Also, don't have much of a choice when it comes to party, so we're just going to throw everyone in here. Alright, and we are going to go to provisions.
The cost of preparedness, measured now in gold, later in blood.
You'll want to take different supplies depending on what region you are going to, how long the quest is, and your own preferences, but always bring some food and torches. For our first short quest, try bringing at least 8 food and 4 torches. Alright, so we're going to do exactly that. 8 food, 4 torches. I like to over-prepare though, so I'm going to bring 1 extra of each. I'm not sure if it's going to help much. And yeah, we'll go on with that. Your first expedition into the ruin of your ancestry. Be curious, be careful. Alright, no flavor text for this one. Alright, we're just going to push forward. We're going to click to go to the next room. Okay, so what you saw there, that's called stress. Stress is a factor in this game. And it's measured, it's right here, right below their health bar. So basically, once they get to 100 stress, what they call is test their resolve. And then either a really good thing's going to happen or a really bad thing's going to happen. Most of the time it's a really bad thing, and then they start losing it. Or they get a really negative quirk and they lose resistances. You just want to try to avoid stress as much as possible. And I'll go into how I deal with stress, because there's actually some monsters here who actually deal a decent amount of it. Alright, so this is just an extra torch here. We're just going to grab that and keep on going forward. Okay, so what you see up here, this is our light, or our torch, whatever you want to end up calling it. I like to keep it basically at the max the whole time. Basically the different levels that you can see here, and you get different rewards. Like right now we're at dim light. We do get increased stress, but we also have increased scouting, and we get +1 to monster surprised. I'm just gonna pop it real fast, and you can see the differences there right before we head into the next room. Come on now. There we go. Okay, so 2 skeletons, not too bad, and we actually did surprise them. So I'll show you what Blight can do. He actually ended up resisting it, so not a great move there. Okay, so I know that you can't bleed skeletons, so we're not even going to try to use Open Vein. We're just going to use Grape Shot and hit both of them. And yeah, they're already, one's at half, one's at less than half. Can't even do anything with our Cleric here, so we're just going to pretend to heal. And we're going to use Zealous Accusation, which also hits the first 2 front guys, and that takes them out. So that was a good battle. And woo, 1,000 gold for that. That's pretty good. Okay. Right now we have a unlocked strongbox, so we're just going to open the chest. And we get a shovel and just other treasure.
Paid for in blood.
Move on to the next room. Okay, torch looks good.
Even the cold stone seems bent on preventing passage.
Okay, so this is rubble. You'll see these a couple times as you're going through dungeons. Basically, what you can do is you can use the shovel to clear it at no penalty, which is, it's almost necessary. If you decide to clear the obstacle by hand, like, you lose life, and you each get like 18 or 20 stress, which is a huge amount. What or we can just ignore it, but there's really no place for us to go, so we're just going to use this shovel. And we get a battle while moving into rooms. No big deal. Okay, so remember I was telling you about those stress, the stress damages that are stress attacks that some of these people can do. So this chick has a really bad one. It's really annoying, so I'm just going to do my best to get her down as fast as possible. So I'm going to throw a noxious grenade back there and blight her up. Also, right now all she can do is heal, so we're just going to pretend to heal. And we use grape shot, hitting all of them. The person in the back dodged it. That's not great. But you see how she took some damage there right at the beginning. So if I don't touch her, she has 8 health. She will go down in 2 more turns, but it's not worth her having 2 more turns. Fortunately, Reynold can't do anything about that, so we're just going to try to hit these 2 guys and take them out. Now these corpses are still here, so he's not going to be able to hit them, but basically everyone else can. So okay, so we're going to just throw another plague grenade, and we can actually stack blight. Let's see. So she actually now has 2 stacks, and yeah, did 8 damage to her that time. And so we got 2 busts, some gold, and another torch. So we got tons of torches. Just gonna pop one there and then head into the next room. All right, empty room. All right, so we have a choice to go right, or we can go, I guess, north. I'm not sure how it is on this map, so we're just gonna keep going up, as we couldn't get a scout there. And we get some loot, a key and some gold, not bad. Okay, so as you can see, we're pretty much like at half light, I guess. I think you get up to 100. So even though we're low on light, we do get some benefits. If you look here, that we actually get +1 to loot and +1 to crits, which is cool. But I'd rather not have the stress, and I'd rather not have them increased accuracy and damage. So I'm just going to pop 2 torches here and give us the max amount, because we have so many. We have 3. And that was worth it, because now we have to deal with this guy who's kind of a pain, and we still have that stress lady. So I'm going to throw the grenade back there. Since the party's doing pretty good, I'm just going to do the single heal on our bird person. So we're about to see that stress ability that I really didn't want to see. And there's 15, which is a pretty big amount. It'll really start to add up. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to stun this first guy, but he resisted it. Alright, we will... Now I could grape shot her. You know, I'm going to pistol shot her, because I should be doing more than 4, and then I'll take her out for the next turn. Okay, so she's not going to get another one of those stressful incantations off. She's dead the next turn. Don't even have to worry about her, so I'll just focus on these 2 guys. Alright, since we're all doing kind of hurt, I will do a party heal this time. It kind of gets us all just a little bit. I know 1 doesn't seem like a lot, but you know, it's better than nothing, and it kind of just gets around. It all adds up. Alright, so I'm going to Noxious Blast the skeleton. No damage, but it does get the blight off, so that is good. I wonder if I want to maybe bleed this guy, or I want to use grape shot. Now, you know what? Let's bleed him. Even though I don't think he's going to be up long enough for that. Yeah, I think he's going to go down. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to smite. Yeah, I'm going to smite the skeleton. That should... Oh, that doesn't take him out. That's not ideal. Oh, but he had the blight off. Alright, so that was a good move, because I'm going to end up killing this guy. So that did end up working out in our favor here. And we got a decent amount of gold and some busts. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up this chest. It's an heirloom chest, the chest with my family sigil, and we can actually use a skeleton key that we picked up on there. And it actually finds a little hidden compartment where we find some more loot and another torch, so that's not a bad thing. Alright, so we're just going to continue moving on. As we walk right into a trap.
cruel machinations.
And he got pretty stressed out on that one.
With a
Okay.
singular purpose.
We'll pop a torch, get the bonuses, and let's move into the next room. Another empty room, but we get a scout, so we get to see what's kind of in the area. So we have what I hope, or what I believe is an empty room, and then a room battle with treasure, or a room battle with curio. So we're just going to go to the right here, and then we're going to go get that room battle with the treasure, and not deal with that trap. Even though I think Dismas is pretty good at disarming them. Alright, just some loot, food. Now I'm thinking about it, we should probably start eating soon, because if we get to the next hallway and we haven't hit a hunger tile yet, and I'll show you what those are when we hit one. Oh, speak of the devil. So hunger. The exertions of adventuring have produced a growing hunger amongst the party. So we have two options here. We can eat and gain 5% health. Basically, it's one food each, and we have 12, so we can do 3 of them. Or we eat nothing and take 20% damage plus stress damage. So what we're going to do is we're going to eat food. Don't feel like taking 20% damage and stress damage. It's kind of fucking nuts. Okay. And we're going to go into the next room, which should be empty. Yep. Okay, so then we're going to head down into the, which should be the last room. We only need to explore 90% of the rooms. And from what I remember, like with dungeons like this, if they're short, it's usually just leave one room out, and that's the one room. That's the 10%. Oh, so this is a bummer. So this is that rubble that I was telling you about, and how we need the shovel to remove it. I could use my hands and clear the obstacle, but we take damage. And we get stress, and I don't think it's worth it. For fuck's sake. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to ignore this, because we do have this room to still go to. And here's the thing. These people our adventurers kind of freak out when you stop walking backwards. They don't really like it, and it kind of stresses them out. Let's see if we get any big stress problems here. Yeah, well, there's one. Not a big deal. That could have been way worse. So what we're going to do is we're going to head back to this room. Should be safe here. The light is fading, but, you know, we know the way is clear for now. We're going to head into this room. We're going to pop some torches, get the bonuses back, and then head into this room with the curio. Now there's a trap. We were able to identify that. Scouted traps will be visible on the ground as you approach them. Select a hero, then click on the trap to attempt to disarm it. Some heroes are better than others at disarming. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to select Dismas. He has a 90% to trap disarm. You can kind of see everyone else is here. They're all at 60, and our cleric there is at 50. So we're just going to select him and then click the trap. And he did not disarm it. 90% chance, my fucking ass. Alright, so we're going to sort of keep going on. Because fucking statistics don't mean shit in this goddamn game. What we're going to do is... Oh, we're out of torches. But what we can do is we can eat some food to regain some health. So we're just going to pack him with some food. Oh, he's full. Well, let's use it. Because if we don't use this stuff, it just, you know, goes to waste. He's full. You can eat. Are you done too? Alright, so we're looking good on health. Not all the bonuses I'd like, but, you know, better than nothing. Okay, so this archer, this arbalist, another pain in the ass. So I'm going to try to blight him up as soon as possible. I will get the heal on Dismas. 3, not great, but better than nothing. Okay, since there's only 3 of them, I'm going to use that grape shot and hit them all. If I can get one more blight on him, that'd be the end of the arbalist. I get bonus to unholy with that. I'm actually just going to try to hit both of them, see what happens, because the next grape shot should do it. but I'm going to just drop a plague grenade on him. Alright, so he's double blighted. He's dead next round. If we can get another grape shot off, that should be the end of it, as long as they don't dodge it.
As the fiend falls,
Yeah, it's about all she wrote there. Alright, so there's just some basic treasure.
as victories mount,
We're going to take it all.
so too will resistance.
That's just what I was talking about. There's something they would interact with here, but it's telling me I can go back to town. So what we're going to do is we're going to continue adventuring. Who's the most stressed out here? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take our cleric and I'm going to interact with this little shrine. If we pour holy water, or if we use holy water on it, I think we get some, benefit. And yeah, that cleared up some stress. I really would like to have cleared it from Reynold. But, that's good enough. Alright, so we're going to mark quest complete and head back to town. Alright, not bad gold-wise. Could use some more heirlooms, which we use to, upgrade items, and that's what you saw us upgrade the wagon with. Let's see about the quirks here. So tough, plus 10% max HP, I like that. Night blindness, minus 10% damage if torch below 26, that's fine. I don't ever plan on getting it that low. I like to keep it high. Plus 3 crit range skills, that's awesome. And deadly, plus 1% crit, not bad. Not bad. That could have gone a lot worse.
Trouble yourself not
Okay,
with the
severe
cost
negative
of this
quirks. Over some
crusade.
time, negative quirks will lock into place and become severe. Severe negative quirks cost much more to remove in the sanitarium. So I think you can remove negative quirks. I think it costs like 1,500, and then but once they become severe, it becomes like 5,000 gold or something like that to remove. So we unlock the tavern and we lock the abbey. Basically, what those 2 buildings are used for is stress relief. So basically, like if we visit the abbey,
Cobwebs have been dusted,
yeah,
the
stress
fuse
relief.
set straight.
And I think Reynolds, he always gets this God-fearing. He'll only pray for stress relief. So the only transept is the only form of stress relief that he'll use. Basically, you just like throw him in here and you would mark it. I'm not going to do it now. He's got 36. It's not great, but it's not horrible. And then there's also the tavern where you drink, you can gamble, or you can visit the brothel and do what you may there. I'm no one to judge, but before we end it, I'm going to pop in the stagecoach and see if we got any new adventurers. Okay, so we do have a roster of 12 now, and I actually really would like another plague doctor. It's beneficial to have two of have multiple of the classes that you like, just because if Baliol ever gets too stressed out and we need to skip a week so he can recover, I can always have another one going, and we're basically gonna need like multiple parties. The Seeker Leper. Now Leper is another melee class. As you can see, the preferred position up here is the first 2 rows. Let's see what he's got. He got Ruins Adventure, minus 20 stress damage in Ruins, so that's good. Minus 100% food consumed if stress above 50. Can't complain with that. Diurnal, minus 2 speed if torch below 26. Again, I like to keep my torch relatively high. The torch only costs like 75 gold, so I just kind of overdo it on them. He has a dope ability that he has locked, which is a major bummer. Basically, remember what I was talking about, those back rows? With this ability Purge, he'd be able to knock back one of the front rows all the way to the back, which basically renders them useless. They have to like almost waste a turn to get to the front unless they have some ability to do so. And then it brings those people in the back row to the front, and it allows us like Reynold or one of the other melee classes to really kind of slice him down. But it's a good class. We're definitely going to pick him up. And Men-at-Arms, not bad, not my favorite for what I've seen. I have used them. It's kind of tough to explain. I think of him more of like a support, like a melee support class almost. another knock. You know, this is a knockback, and they have like he has just like a basic melee skill. What's good about that is that he can hit that third position, which is pretty good. And like I said, just like buffs and stuff like that. Not my favorite class, but you know it can be useful. Minus 20 stress damage and close, and obsessed with self-worship. All right, like I said, I'm not familiar with everything. I'm not sure how that negatively impacts him. I have no idea. So maybe we'll see in the future. I mean, I have plenty of space, so I'm just going to throw him in there.
The raw strength of youth may be spent.
Okay. That'll be it for this episode. I want to thank everyone for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.